Hi guys, welcome to Poseidon Sport Fishing Tackles and Charter. In this video we're going to cover how to choose the right fishing window to increase your chances. As part 1 we had covered how to choose an ideal fishing location. So when you combine the ideal fishing location with the ideal fishing time and knowing what to use during that time, your chances of landing a fish increases a lot. So I will give you the link for the part 1 in the description of this video. So click on that if you want to watch the part 1 on how to choose the fishing location. So in a very high level, in a nutshell, the best time to fish would be dawn and dusk. Dawn is when the sun is coming above the horizon, the sunrise, and dusk is when the sun is going below the horizon. Normally the fishes are more active during this time because they know that the light is coming up and they get the visibility as well, so they're going to be able to see the bait, and all the bait fishes also gets active in daytime when the light is coming up because they've been more lethargic in the night. Although they can feed at night, they normally feed more during the daytime, except for the nocturnal fishes which are more active in the night close to the full moon period. So ideal time in a high level nutshell would be 5 till 8 in the morning, and if you look in the evening it's around 4 till 7. So these are the ideal time to be fishing, and if you can combine this with a proper tide turn and a proper tide and dawn and dusk combined together, your chances will increase multiple times because that's when the feeding activity is more. Now we'll go through what are tides. Tides, you will notice from the show that the water level increases and after some time it starts decreasing. So the water level increase and decrease is called as tides. In this example here, you can see that the water level is going from high tide to low tide. It's called as outgoing tide or receding tide. And once the water reaches its lowest point, the tide turns and the water level starts increasing again from low to high tide, which is called as incoming tide. In a day, you will normally see 2 high tides and 2 low tides. And for a complete tide cycle, it takes 24.50 hours, and normally the difference between a high tide to a low tide is about 6.12 hours. So now we look at what causes tides. This is quite an interesting topic. A lot of science involved in what causes tides and how the whole tide cycle and the moon phase and the earth all combines together to form tides. So tide is caused by the gravitational pull from the sun and the moon on earth. The gravitational pull from the sun is much more compared to moon, but since the sun is much more further away and moon is closer to earth, the gravitational pull from the moon is more because it's closer to earth. So the gravitational pull from the moon and the sun on earth is what causes the tide. So now we look at the tide cycle and how the moon phase actually plays a role. So this is no moon day or new moon as you call it, is when you don't see any moon. So this time normally the tides are much stronger. When I mean strong, let's look at this tide chart. Let's consider that the mean water level or average water level is 0. What happens? That water level keeps increasing. At one point it stops, then it starts going back. So rising tide and dropping tide, or incoming tide and outgoing tide as they call it. So the difference from the mean water level to the highest point would be higher during no moon and full moon. So this causes more of a tidal current which makes the fish feed more. So ideally full moon and no moon are good days to be fishing. One day before, on that day, and one day after. So if you look at most of the fishing that we do and most of the fishing that experts plan, if you're planning a fishing trip or whatever, people would be planning it around the full moon because the tidal current is much higher. So for instance, if the level between the mean water level and the highest tide is 2 meters, on a full moon or a no moon, the level would probably be 2.5 meters or 3 meters compared to the other cycle of the moon, and that is caused by the moon and the sun pulling the water body around the earth. So if you look at the blue part, so that's the earth. So the red bulge that I've put here is a water body. So moon and sun together, they're pulling the water. In this case, the moon is here, so it's pulling here, and the bulge is here. And this side, there's another bulge because there's no pull on this side. So there's pull from this side, and there's very less gravitational pull on the other side. So it forms like a oval shape. So Earth spins around. So when it spins around, so this is low tide when the Earth, or your position on the Earth is here. So when your position on the Earth moves here, it's high tide, low tide, and high tide. So there is low, high, low, high, 4 tides in a day. And as the moon phase goes, so moon again does its own spin, so it takes it about a day for it to do its own spin. Also it goes around the earth, and it takes about 1 month for the moon to complete its cycle. And when you look at the moon cycle, what causes no moon? There's always the full moon being present there. It's not like the moon is actually growing and becoming small. The moon is always there as a full. What we see from earth, they call as moon's physical phase from earth. For instance, so the sun is here, moon and earth. So the moon is here, so the light, moon doesn't have its own light, it just reflects sun's light. So when the moon is sitting here, the sun's light is on this side, and from earth you are able to see nothing. So that's why it's no moon. And as the moon moves from this angle, when you watch, that's when you see the crescent moon. When the moon moves to the next phase, the light and the angle that you see from earth, it shows it as half moon, waning gibbous, and so forth. Actually the cycle is this way. So no moon, crescent, half, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, and this is the entire cycle. Now you might ask this interesting question, okay, the moon has always been full. Why is it that only during this phase and this phase the tidal flow is high? Why not during this time? Why it's low? Like I said, the gravitational pull between the moon and the sun plays a role together on earth. So as the moon is here, both together are pulling the water body and the current this way. As it moves here, the pull from moon is in this direction and pull from sun is in this direction. So it's kind of neutralizes a little bit. And when it comes to half moon is when the tidal flow is the least. The mean water level to the highest tide level is normal because sun pulls it this way and moon pulls the water body this way. So this is what causes the tidal flow difference during the entire calendar month. I'll provide the link of a very good app which is Tide for Fishing in the description. So you can click this app and you can see when the high tide is, when the low tide is, when the water difference between the mean water level and the high tide is more. Like I said, it's only on full moon and no moon period. And now we will cover what is spring tide and neap tide and what is tide turn. So tide turn is when the water level keeps on increasing. At one point it stops and then it starts flowing out again. So the rising tide or incoming tide, it stops at one point and then it starts flowing back in reverse. So from high to low. So this point here, let's assume that on the app it says 8 o'clock. It means that 8 o'clock is when the tide is turning. So ideal time for fishing is 90 minutes before a tide turn and 90 minutes after. And again, low tide, if it's 8 o'clock, it will probably be somewhere around 2 o'clock approximately for the low tide. Again, 90 minutes of this side of the tide, 90 minutes of this side of the tide will be a ideal time to be targeting your fishes, because they are more active during that time. So if you can combine this tide turn along with dawn and dusk, you are a winner. So what is spring tide? Spring tide is when the water flow is the highest, which is around the full moon and no moon. What is neap tide? Neap tide is around the half moon period, when the tidal flow between the mean water level to high tide is the lowest. So ideally you can still catch fishes on those days. It's not that you can't, but normally the activity will be more when there's more tidal flow. There's a saying in Australia, they say when there's no run, there's no fun, which means that when the water is flowing more, you're going to be having more fun catching more fishes. So we've covered most of the topics here. The last one is intertidal zone. What is the intertidal zone? So the difference between a high tide and low tide impact on land. So let's assume that this is land level and this is the water level. So during high tide, the water level keeps on increasing, then it stops, and then it starts falling back. So incoming tide and outgoing tide. So the difference between the incoming tide and outgoing tide, this part is called as the intertidal zone. Why the intertidal zone is very critical is, for instance, think of this as a rock. So the tide increases and the tide starts going out. So when it starts going out, so this part of the rock is exposed now. So you will see that this part will have a lot of barnacles, lot of algae growth, lot of crabs, small crustaceans, small lobsters, and everything living around this area. So during rising tide, the predators come around here because they get access to this area, and also the small crustaceans, as the water level increases, they'll also keep coming up, and they try and sit on top of the water level or just below the water level, looking for small algae and to look for small other creatures that they can feed on. So the intertidal zone is a good area to be targeting. And how this plays a role in surf is again the same. So let's consider this as a beach. So during high tide, the water level is going to come to land till here, and low tide probably till here. So this area is called as the intertidal zone, and you'll notice that there are a lot of crustaceans here, sand fleas, crabs. You'll see a lot of holes here, lot of peepees and lot of shellfishes around as well. And this intertidal zone, as the water level keeps increasing from a surf beach, normally high tide is a very good time to fish because the fishes come to the shore looking for a easy feed on all these crustaceans, beach worms and everything. So that's where you find the stingrays and GTs and other fishes coming to feed on. So targeting a high tide on a surf beach is a good time to fish.